Alright, welcome back to Digger Detecting, guys. As you've seen there, just the other week we're out hunting with Andrew and the boys looking for gold with the GPX 6000 and the GPX 5000, which Andrew was running. And look, we come across a couple of rocks, one that I won't bother showing you. We've broke him up and I don't think it's, well, I know it's not going to hold gold. Whereas this rock here, well, he's definitely got my attention. And we're going to show you a look at what's inside today. So as you can see, we've got the tools in the background, the hammer, the pinpointers, the pan and the bucket. I even got the tripod set up, ready to show you a look. So I can use two hands, smash up this rock. And as I said, we're going to see what's inside. He did send off quite the signal there with the GPX 6000 there the other week, and also with the 5000, getting a bit of a hint of a signal of something inside here. So it could be a hot rock, I don't know. You do come across those quite often in the gold fields. However, I did ground balance this out quite a few times. Ground balance out the ground beside it, and we're still getting a signal every single time. And even with the pinpointer, well, you're going to be able to see for yourself. We're going to run the pinpointer over it in a second and show you a look also at the signal that it produces. We've got a bit of a mark here too, and that was not from me because I did not dig this piece out. I literally found it sitting on the surface of a bit of a tailings pile that had been ripped apart by someone else. So you can see a bit of a tool mark there though, just up above my thumb. And as I said, I didn't make it. It could have been a miner's chisel some 100 years ago, or it could have been someone just recently throwing this rock out. But what's interesting though, as I said, it's got a signal inside, and we're going to show you a look. So we do have a little key ring attached to the end, so we'll just hold on to him. And we're going to do this two hands actually, because we might even have some Rio in the concrete that we're hitting on. So I want to do a true test, hold him up in the air with the pinpointer, and to do that, we'll set you up on the tripod. Oh, that's better. Let's have a look. So pinpointer is on, and as you can see, we've definitely got something in that rock. Really strong at the top there. Sort of weakens off down below. Almost, oh, right there. So there we go, we're getting the pinpointer to blank out right on that spot right there. I wonder what we have. Oh, and at the top. So things like this intrigue me. I said it may just be nothing. We may just be wasting our time here. That's okay. You've got to check these things out, because at the end of the day, well, it could just hold gold. It just may not have been released or liberated from this host rock. Now, if that was a very tiny piece of gold too, I wouldn't imagine that that would be setting the pinpointer off so loudly, so rapidly. So look, if there's something in there, it's really got me interested. If there's something in there, we're going to find out today. I said we're going to crush it all up. I don't have a dolly pot, but we're going to crush it up the best we can, try not to lose any, pan it off in the pan and see what comes of it. Well, there is our mix, and we just spent a couple of minutes bashing it up with the little sledgy there, just underneath the cloth. Just quietly, between me and you, I'm losing faith that there's anything in here, and we're going to get any gold out of here, that's for certain. I don't think so. But look, why was it sending a signal off on the detectors? Why was it sending a signal off so clearly on the 6000, and then also on the 5000? And then, you know, we ground balanced this out multiple times, and it was still giving that signal. And then with the pinpointers, well, we were getting the signal again, weren't we? Quite clearly, as you've seen. So look, this is how you learn. I don't think there's going to be any gold in here whatsoever. If there is, there's going to be minute specks. This is how you learn though, doing these sorts of things. And as I said, there may not be anything in here, but we've had a bit of fun doing it, and it's the intrigue, it's the interest, and as I said, it's learning as you go. I remember when I first started detecting, looking for gold and what have you, and we bought all the pans and river sluice and high banker. You know, we've got it all. And we did used to use it quite a bit, and we're going to get back into it and show you some tips and tricks on how to find the gold. But when I first started detecting, I often used to take my pans and what have you with me and my buckets, and I would classify a bit of pay dirt from wherever I was detecting that day, and I would often, quite often, take it home, pan it off, and see just what come of it. So just interesting to learn as you go, see what ground is, well, what ground holds gold and what ground doesn't. And some areas, you know, I wouldn't get gold for the day. Some areas I'd take just a one simple bucket like that of pay dirt home from either out of a gold miner's hole or off, you know, below a reef shedding off down the hill. Just take a bit of a pay dirt test sample home, and you'd be often surprised at what would come from it. So some days nothing, other days you get little pickers of gold out, and you'd know to go back there. So let's put this in the pan and let's see what comes of it. Absolutely nothing. Alright, well that was an epic failure. However, I've learnt something. I've learnt a little bit more about hot rocks and what they entail, what they include inside them. Just rock, just giving off a signal. So we have found hot rocks in the past before. I did think that was going to be one also. However, you just got to check these things out. You never know what was hiding inside there. So it had that nice reddish type mineralized sort of look to the stone too. So the first stone that we picked up, the big stone that day, if you remember, down in the gully, look, I'm not confident on that at all, and I haven't done anything with that rock, just the little one there that we picked up at the end of the day. I thought it may have had something in it. As you've seen, the pinpointers were going off, and the 5,000 was going off, the 6,000 was going off. I'll tell you what, it was a mighty little hot rock. So what we have got here though, just to finish this video off for a bit of fun, is some pay dirt. Now, don't laugh at my bag, everybody, but this is the only bag that I had in the car at that time on that day. I generally carry a plastic bucket with me, and generally on days that I don't get gold, like I mentioned before, we go to the side of a mullikeep and, well, we grab a bit of pay dirt out, or we go to a creek, scratch out some crevices, and we do a bit of crevicing and bring the pay dirt home and pan it off, especially at this time of year. There's really no water in the creeks. It's just returning now, so very soon we won't have to bring the pay dirt home, and we can just walk up the creek, find some water with a pan and do some panning. So what we are going to do is we're going to dump all of this into the pan. I said don't laugh at my bag, everybody. We're going to dump this into the pan though, and as I said, I guarantee you we're going to finish this video. Whoop, we lost some dirt. We're going to finish this video off with gold coming out of this pan though, I guarantee you, because the miners didn't get everything. And I've proved this so many times over the years, you know, not getting anything on the gold detectors for the day. I'd often, as I said, go to a mullikeep, grab a pile of classified dirt, bring it home and pan it off, and always you get gold. So it may only be specks, sometimes it's little picker nuggets, but I guarantee there's going to be gold in it. So we're going to speed pan this off, show you a look, come back, and we'll see all the gold shining in the bottom of the pan, hopefully. Alright, we've changed positions now. It's time for the big reveal. We don't know what's in this pan either ourselves yet. I've just whittled it down to these last little tailings. We're going to have a bit of a look together. Hopefully we see some... Oh, there it is. I was going to say, hopefully we see some yellow. I can see it straight away, even from this distance away. So we've got a nice little gold nugget up there, one up there. We've got one off to the side here, another one beside him, another one down here. So 4 little nice gold nuggets in there, or gold specks, I can see. Let's try and clear this pan up a little bit more. I'll just shake him back to the start again. I'll get rid of that. It's a bit of a tricky procedure with such small gold. As many will know, it'll float away quite easily, so it can easily get knocked to the bottom of the pan. So we'll just start that again. And we'll clean him up. You can see a little bit of black sand in there. There they are. That looks better. Alright, I'm happy. Let's just get rid of the last of this. I'm happy there's no more nuggets in there. Let's give you a look. So, we've got, well, I'm going to take the camera off the tripod for that, because it's a bit hard. Let's take you off. Let's have a better look together. Some pretty cool little nuggies in there, I must admit. So you can see them there. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9? Maybe 10. Maybe there's a little tiny one right in the middle of the screen there. Right beside that big guy. So look, we can safely say 9, 10 bits, well, maybe 11. There's one over there too. 11 bits of gold just from that one bag panning off. That's quite impressive. So look, it pays just to just go and grab a pan and a bucket and go do this. You know, if you don't get gold for the day, it's always fun to come home with a bucket of pay dirt and pan it off, and that's exactly what we've done here today. So we did not get gold with Andrew and the boys that day, you know, finding the hot rock, and we checked it out, double checked it, just to be sure. But look, we've still got gold. It may be minuscule amounts, but it all adds up. And look, we will be putting that in the container, and I've got a little container, I'll show you one day, with all my flour river gold in it. And well, as I said, it adds up. We've got quite a bit there, probably a couple of grams. So anyway, guys, that is about it for us today. I hope you enjoyed. A bit of fun breaking open the hot rock, checking it out, and then panning for some gold. We'll see you next time.